of course, recognize it.
So please go ahead. The floor is yours.
All right. So first and foremost, let me thank you for the invitation to speak here. Well, I was supposed to be in Aveiro, but unfortunately, the logistics did not permit it. They put me some meetings today and tomorrow that I have to be, well, in Lisbon for. Well, since I'm now a very important person in banking. And well, anyway, I could not well waste the opportunity to speak with you again, and I hope at some point I can be there, like in presence. I'm going to focus on what I've been doing like since I've left Aveiro. Um, so right now I'm working as a data scientist in Santander, but I'll start with sort of a journey through. Well, this is not moving the slides. Oh, my time as a researcher in Sigma and well, Graph. But yeah, also I think we're also commemorating a couple of things, right? So congratulations for the 15 years. Is it right, Carlos? Okay,
That's
15
correct.
years. Congratulations.
Group, yeah.
And also congratulations to Pedro and Miguel for the recent positions that they got. And if I heard correctly, when you were entering, also Jordan is as a birthday today, right?
That's correct. 30 years old.
Okay,
today.
so congratulations to a lot of people then. And I mean, I'm really glad also to see the path that also the group is taking. It's great to see these permanent positions getting awarded to the group. I think the group was already big, but now it really has the foundation to build a nucleus and attract more students and do great research. And that is really a pleasure to see. And I think, of course, it was well deserved. So congratulations again. And yeah, and as some of you may know, I was until very recently a part of your group, and I hope you still consider me part of the group. And yes, I started in 2021 when I joined. Well, actually, it was in Lisbon. At the time, Carlos had still, I think, some sort of funding from the time that you were in Lisbon, and I joined. Well, IST as a postdoc, but I started a collaboration with the Aveiro group. And in 2022, I officially joined Aveiro as a postdoc. And this was when I started to do my research really integrated in the group. And in 2023, I won this FCT research position, which, of course, as you know, is a really 6-year, I think it was the last 6-year position that there was. And I also was more towards the end of the year organizing the seminars in the group. And all these things I think are good things to keep in mind for what I'm going to tell next. And of course, the bittersweet part was in 2024 when, for personal reasons and a lot of what Marco said, departed this academic life and joined Santander as a data scientist. And yeah, I'll take these brief moments also to give a note to some of the people that may wonder or what it's like to make this transition also from the academic to industry world. Well, I applied to I won't say a lot of things, but a couple of things. Not always you'll get the positions that you want, but it's important if you really want to something to keep insisting. And as Marco said, also keep practicing. It's a very, these skills are, there's a lot of competition. There's a boom, but there's also a lot of competition. So you need to wait for the right moment. In my case, this happened in 2024. Since this is like 6:30 in the afternoon, I'm gonna spare you the details about what I've been doing in physics, because I don't think probably at this point of the day you also have the head to listen to it, and I don't think I could fit it in this 10 minutes presentation. So I'm just gonna mention some key moments that I think I spent on the graph that I think helped me also a lot in what I'm doing now. For example, one was this São Pedro do Sul meeting, and this is an example, right, that we had. For example, this was the first time that I heard about the physically informed neural networks, and that I had this first hands-on experience. And this also, for example, the Einstein Toolkit meeting that there was in Aveiro, these sort of opportunities that the group gives and provides us, I think you, as students, as researchers, really need to take these opportunities and invest in it, because not only if they are useful, of course, if you keep doing research, but if you go beyond it, if you want to transition to the industry, to finance or wherever, software, they will give you a lot. And so it's important to take advantage that you are in a group that gives you these opportunities. Also, I want to mention seminar organization that I took responsibility in the last part of my stay in Grav. And I swear that Carlos is not paying me to say this, but I think you, especially the young people, should really take opportunity and volunteer for this. And I'm going to say why. Because one thing that this gave me is really stimulated me to think about different topics that I'm not used to try to come up with questions to prepare to the speakers, to try to find new topics that may be of relevance to the group. And of course, even if it is at this level very specific to strong gravity, for example, it probably is not the same thing that you are doing. So this sort of exercise is really, really good, and is something that you'll probably need to develop, and is really a soft skill that is very valuable. And finally, also this an example, these outreach talks that I did when I had the opportunity to go to Pará. Here I'm giving this example, but again, the group is really strong in this outreach. For example, these events that you have with the Fábrica de Ciência, I think I'm saying the name right, apologies if not. But all these outreach events that the group is very strong, they give you the ability to communicate these complex topics to a lot of different audiences, maybe like high school students, but it's the same thing if you are speaking, for example, in my case, a bank to someone that has not the math background to understand some of the statistics that I'm giving. So this ability to communicate these complex topics is really a high valuable skill. Now, I want to just jump ahead to sort of where I am now, because I also don't have much time. So I'm in this analytics and models division of Santander. We have sort of divided into three groups. There's the business intelligence, which, as the name says, provides all these insights to the business cases. I'm in the advanced analytics groups, these ones in the center, that sort of do more like classical machine learning. And by classical, I mean from regressions to gradient trees to neural networks. And then we have the very recent third side, which is the artificial intelligence. There's things more related to the large language models and things like that. Concretely, we are sort of kind of the people that when a problem comes up and they say, well, we want to optimize this, we want to reduce something, we want to improve, they come up to us and say, well, how can we do it? And we sort of try to find a way, if it's possible. And yeah, I think it's a very nice place for people with our background, because, well, first, most of us are from, not most, like 10 out of the 11 people that are in our group right now are from math or physics. Most of us did a PhD in something related with this also. And so it's really a place where they kind of look for our set of skills. And so let me be a bit more concrete to don't waste too much time, because we are already late. What I do, basically, we do sort of different things, right? We have a group. No, some of us do more things related with data engineering, which is like related to collecting the information that is spread across the bank systems, like collecting the raw data to prepare for, and exactly the part of the people that do data modeling. And I'm more included in this part, people that do models that, again, as I said, someone comes up with a problem, you need to formulate it in something more like mathematical that you can train a model or do statistics with. And then there's, of course, the part that we as scientists, as researchers, are not more used to, which is this deployment and quality assurance, because we normally do something once, we publish a paper, and and our simulation was done, our whatever was done. Now you need to give results every month, every day, whatever. So you need to make sure that everything that you give is correct. You need to monitor the quality, and this is a skill that, of course, we are not used to do it, but is a skill that you need to learn. And this was the one of the things that was harder for me, was to have this sort of routine and this skill. So I'm concluding here. This is very overlapping with what Marco said, but I'm going to focus more on the skills that academia gives, and not focusing on the technical skills, because I mean, you know that we have very strong mathematics and programming skills, but also the soft skills. So this idea, this abstract thinking is really important, especially if you are in data science, where they give you a business problem and you need to sort of translate it into a mathematical language. And at least in my work, they give me a lot of liberty to try new things. They give me a problem, find a way to see if it works, to solve it. So you need to design these experiments and explore hypotheses. And of course, this is something that we learn with the scientific method as a researcher. And also, I want to to give this point of the adaptability, right? Because you can do a lot of workshops and well, training programs of languages, but I mean this area changes quite a lot, and so adaptability is really important skill. And what industry requires? Well, this is a thing that we are not used to it, but you need to be basically efficient. You need to be fast. The quality is not the most important thing, but you need to always have these two sides of the balance. So the scale, fast, and the quality. And of course, the collaboration and communication. This is why I said that it's very important to have these outreach events and learn how to communicate your complex concepts to people with a lot of different backgrounds, experts and non-experts. And so this is sort of my final thoughts. I think I'm running out of time. Well, I'm not going to read this. I think I said everything, and I don't want to make you later. So I just want to know that if to you, I just want you to know that if you ever want me to talk a bit more concretely about my work, I'm always happy to go in to Aveiro. I would be happy also to give a seminar or something if you want. But in any case, there's my contacts on the bottom. So if you want, you can always speak to me, and I'll be happy to talk with you and say whatever. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Guilherme, for your testimony. It's a pity you couldn't join us today on site, but since you've offered, it's already a plan to be scheduled that you'll come here and give a longer seminar about the things you're doing. If you accept, of course, it would be a pleasure to have you in the near future, whenever availability from both sides is on. Okay?
I'll be happy to.
Thank you. Thank you, Guilherme.
Thank you.
It was nice to see you.
You too.
Okay.